Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I upscale images specifically for print on demand so I can get the absolute best quality possible on my outputs. And what I really hope for with all my designs is honestly over like a 400 DPI. And what DPI stands for, it just stands for dots per inch. It's super basic. But basically, when I'm creating different kind of products for print on demand, uh, since I have my own stores, I have to deal with certain issues that a lot of people don't have to deal with. Like if you have a Redbubble, if you have a TeePublic, if you have Zazzle, in that case, you might not have to deal with this necessarily. You're definitely going to eat the cost up. But if I have my own store and somebody receives a print, not only do I have to give them a refund if they're not happy with the quality, but I'm also going to lose out the cost of the actual product. So print is the quality is extremely important. A lot of people don't realize this until they start advertising. And when they start advertising, then they start making sales. A few weeks after those sales, 3-4 weeks, they're going to start getting the refund emails come in. Well, there's a good way to mitigate that, and you have to have really high quality images or prints when it's sent to the customer. And whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's wall art, whether it's, doesn't matter what it is, the bigger the item, the more DPI it needs, or a better DPI it needs. And some companies recommend like a 300 DPI, some recommend higher, lower, doesn't matter. You could see this image here has 779 DPI, which is extremely high. And the way essentially that it will look here is how it will look, if not better, on the actual print. So that's very important. Now I'm going to show you what I did to kind of get this done, but I'll show you the first thing that I tried. So the first thing that I tried was this software called Replicate. Now replicate.com, I'll just kind of show it to you right here. Hold on, let me pull it out. There is replicate.com / this one. I forgot what this is called. The Real Escran. It's basically an upscaler, and most people already know about this. The problem is it does not upscale images large enough. I have a lot of different images here. Like I'm putting together all kinds of different stuff. And the reality is I can't use these images and upscale them because they're already too high. There's too much quality on them, right? And so what happens is I keep dealing with these failures. So every time I request an upscale, it says failed. And only if the image is really small, then it succeeds. So I had to stop using it. It just doesn't, it doesn't get the job done. So I'll show you what I did instead. And just for perspective here, I'll show you what kind of images I'm trying to upscale. Like images like this for print on demand. This image already is like 2,000 pixels, all right, in terms of height. So if I want to, and it's really not that much. 2,000 pixels is not much. If I put it to 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, it should be able to do that, but it can't do it, right? Replicate can't do it. Because it's too big. So what do I do instead? Well, I use this built-in tool called Luminar Neo. Now, I'll explain how I do it, and I'll explain how I show it. But to put the difference, when I use Replicate, I have to pay per upscale. If you go to any other company online and you search like an upscale software, you're going to have to pay per image. And usually you pay per credits. So you might have to, for example, buy 20 credits or 50 credits or 100 credits. For me, I don't have to do that. I don't have to pay extra at all. It's pretty much free. All I have to do is use the actual tool. Now, Luminar Neo, you can get this tool at many different websites. There's a lot of companies that are contracted with this original company that created it. I'll leave a link in the description where's the cheapest place that you can get it, and it's the one that I use. But I'll show you kind of how I upscale. And their upscaler is very powerful to the point where if you upscale too much, it will actually freeze your computer. Like it's super strong. And I'm on a good Mac. Like I'm on a good device. I'm using an iMac right now, and it really shouldn't freeze. But there was this one image that I created where I didn't realize how big it was, and I upscaled it by 8 or something like that, and it went up to all the way like almost 20,000 pixels. I think it was like 17,000 pixels, and it got too big. So let me kind of show you how I do this. So let's just say this is the image I want to upscale. All right. What I'm going to go here is I'm going to find, I have all these different images. I already edited them, right? So for example, this image, after I edited it, changed the colors, etc., I upscaled it, and it's right here. So you could see here when I click on this, right, it's 1,920 by 2688. If I go over here, This is 3,840 by 5,376. Very, very important to upscale. It's crucially important. Like I said, you're not going to realize until customers are emailing you for refunds when the print quality doesn't come out, because the mock-ups of whatever print-on-demand company you're using is just not going to be able to reflect it properly. And if you need a guide on how to edit the images before you upscale, because you have to edit the images first before you upscale. It wouldn't make sense to just upscale and then edit. All right, you have to edit the image first, then upscale. If you want to learn how to do that, I have a free video on my YouTube channel here. I believe it is... All right, so this is one of them, and then we have another one right here, okay? So I have two, essentially. One I created 10 days ago, one I created 4 weeks ago. I'll leave both of these links in the description if you want to go ahead and check them out. One is a little bit more in-depth than the other, but they're both pretty good around editing with this tool. And then what I'm going to do is finally, when the editing is done, I'm going to go ahead and upscale. I'm not going to show you how to edit now. Like I said, that's what the links in the description are for. For now, I'm going to show you how to upscale. So it's super simple. Just take the image, drag it and drop it when you have it in your feed. And then you could just select how much do you want to upscale. So currently the image is already at 2200 by 2800 pixels. So I'm going to upscale it in a double. So 2x, which would bring me at around 4400 by, I don't know, 5600, something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but you could see here it's loading. Like I said, this is using the power of your computer, so you don't have to pay per like every little upscale, and it doesn't even take that much power, really. Like you could see here, my computer is functional. I could do other things while it's doing its upscale. Once it's upscaled, boom, it's done. It's right here. And now when I click on it, like I said, 4400 by 5700 is the quality, and I can click on it and give it a second for it to view, and there you go. It's a perfect image the same way it is. I could go over here and I could just hit disk because I wanted to save it. I'll call it, like, let's say Tiger Kung Fu, right? And I'll save it to my desktop. I'll hit save, and we'll actually see what the DPI on this is. My guess is maybe around 300, but we'll see. We'll go over here, and I will choose a file, and let me go ahead and upload a new file, and I will select the one I just added, which is this one. You can see here it's loading. A little bit faster than some of my other ones, probably because I didn't upscale it again. But like I said, we'll see right now. It's loading. We'll just give it a second, hit apply, and yeah, so I was right. So 240 DPI. I'd probably go a little bit higher, to be 100% honest. I just did it for a video because I'm using OBS to record right now, and I don't want my computer freezing on me if I upscale higher. But this is pretty decent, I would say. You know what? Let's go ahead and take the risk. I'll go ahead and upscale one more time, and let's go 2x. Let's upscale. Okay, so good news. My computer's not freezing on me. That's good. But it's going to be maybe like 8,000 pixels by maybe like 13,000 pixels, maybe. That should be the right size. I could hear the fans on my computer kicking on, but if you have a low-powered like laptop or something, I wouldn't worry. It just won't take as long, or it won't be as quick as mine. And mine is not even that quick. Some of you guys probably have better devices than me. So, you know, my iMac is a little bit older, but regardless, I'm just waiting on it here. Once it gets done, it will perform the new copy here. At least it should. And then it's good to go, and then I'll upload it, and let's see what comes out of it. But the fact that we can upscale like this, number one, for free, like under the membership. Lumnar has a membership. I told you can get, there's so many places where you can get it. I found the link to the cheapest location. There are other websites and other dealers that are licensed to sell this product. So I just use the link in the description. Like I said, it's the cheapest place where you can get it. But let's just see here. It is taking a little bit longer because it is a little bit larger. But there you go. It finished. So I'll go over here. We'll do the same thing. You can see here now it's 8,960 pixels by 11,520. So I guess my math was off, but hey, doesn't matter. We'll call this Kung Fu Tiger, all right? And we'll hit save. Give it a second to export the photo into our desktop. And we'll compare the sizing. Real quick, I'll just get rid of this image here. Let's get rid of this layer. While we wait for the image to kind of export to the computer here. And let me head over to, and by the way, these products are wall art posters. All right, so it's finished. Let's go over here. Let's hit choose file, and let's upload the new one, which is Kung Fu Tiger. And in just a second, it will start uploading. You'll see in a second. There we go. All right, so we're at 50% so far, and it's going to hit 100% in just a second. All right, so it's uploading, and then we'll see what the DPI is there. All right, hit apply, and there you go, 480 DPI, which is what I shoot for. Like I said, I prefer over 400, and you can see I just made it a tiny bit smaller. It's 519 DPI, just so I can fit it within the bounds of this border right here, and that's good. Okay, 519 DPI is more than enough for a good quality print. I would say anything lower than 400, maybe not 400, anything lower than 300, I would say is not ideal. But it happens, and you know, some customers are going to be okay with it, but some aren't, and you want to be aware with that. And there are different sizes, like I said, to different products. It just depends on how large your product is. So, for example, if you have a mug and you're slapping a design like this on a black mug, the photo is going to look better if it's smaller than if you're putting it on like a large t-shirt or something like that, which also a lot of people don't pay attention to sizing of t-shirts. You know, a size of, like, let's say a small is much different than a XX. Okay, it's just, I mean, you know, obviously, but and that does affect the print quality, so keep in mind with that as well. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video helped out. If you're going to go out there and create your own store, this is, I'm telling you, one of the most important things you're going to have to pay attention to, or else you're just going to have to eat the cost. I mean, there's no other way around it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, bye. Thanks for watching. See you soon.